February 14th, 2026. A broad Pacific storm and zonal upper flow pattern are the primary drivers of today's operational weather across the U.S., bringing multiple impact zones from the West Coast into the Deep South and wrapping fog and low ceilings across interior hubs. In the west, the first in a series of Pacific systems is pushing inland with widespread precipitation and low ceilings over coastal and interior California and Oregon, with mountain snow above typical pass levels and IFR/LIFR conditions, likely impacting approaches into California's northern hubs this morning. Dense valley fog persists into the mid-morning across portions of central California, including I-5 corridors, and can mix into terminals around Bakersfield and Fresno until mixing improves. Across the northern plains and Midwest, a strong zonal jet and mild air mass are producing shallow stratus and patchy to dense fog during the pre-dawn into late morning period, with MVFR to IFR conditions likely at hubs like Minneapolis, Chicago, and Detroit early, improving only slowly as mixing increases. In the central and southern plains into the lower Mississippi Valley, a marginal to slight convective risk exists this afternoon, into tonight associated with low-level warm advection, ahead of an approaching trough and embedded shortwave. Isolated thunderstorms with gusty winds and heavy rain will be possible from eastern Texas toward Louisiana, with embedded wind shear and pulse storm structures that could produce brief severe gusts affecting routing through Dallas/Fort Worth, Houston, and New Orleans, and localized downburst could complicate arrival spacing. Elsewhere across the plains, surface winds will be light to moderate with generally VFR ceilings, except where low stratus and fog persist near river valleys. In the southeast, a moist, warm boundary layer under weak mid-level flow is supporting moist advection and low cloud decks into the Carolinas and Virginia, with ceilings predominantly MVFR at coastal and inland hubs this morning, before a weak frontal boundary lifts northward. Moisture return will maintain low SIGs through much of the day, with isolated showers possible. The Northeast will see mild temperatures and generally dry conditions ahead of a later weekend system, but inland fog and low stratus may reduce visibility near the I-95 corridor early. Over the Rockies and Intermountain West, Lee cyclogenesis aloft is keeping winds aloft, moderate with some mountain wave turbulence likely on north-south oriented routes. Snow levels are elevated above typical passes, but localized IFR conditions are present in snow bands over higher terrain. Across the Florida Peninsula and Gulf Coast, subsidence behind a weakening front is producing generally VFR conditions, though morning fog and low stratocu may affect departures out of Miami and Tampa until diurnal heating erodes the low clouds. Overall, today's operations will be shaped by low ceilings and visibility issues across interior hubs this morning, convective uncertainty and gusty winds across the southern plains late in the day, and significant precipitation and terrain weather in the west as the Pacific storm digs inland, with the expectation that most impact zones will transition relatively quickly as diurnal mixing and system evolution progress.